we're gonna try something new. We're gonna try doing flight sim, but we're gonna be doing we're gonna have eye tracking in it this time, so that'll be fun. I'm actually loading it up now. I'm also trying a new way of recording this, so it should be a whole lot seamless for you. I mean, it's there's still gonna be moments whenever I'm loading a game like this and I'm kind of just talking in general while I'm waiting for it to load. But anyways, it should go something a lot like this. So you should see my eye moving around the screen. You should see Xbox Game Studios as the game's loading. You should see my face in the top left, up here. The game should be down there. So yeah, we'll see how well this goes. I've actually got earbuds in instead of my normal headset because it's charging at the moment. So we're gonna let that do its thing, and we'll give this a try. Show me. Grab something real quick while the game's loading. I know this might take a second. It's got the world updates for the USA and all that. Let me set the mood here. There we go. I don't know how well you can see me, so actually try that again. I'm sure you can see me well because of the screen, but you know. Let's try something like that. We got some light. It's not too much light. Ignore the mess of room behind me. I'm still working on cleaning this after my installing this whole ordeal, so it's not exactly the best shape, but it's alright. It's taking a while to load, isn't it? It's getting there. Something new as well. I'm not recording from my headphones anymore. I'm recording with the microphone from the camera, so it should be a little bit better quality. Another thing, I've tried framing myself properly instead of having the whole background in view. I did a few test videos where you can see the entire background and I'm just like a part of the screen. It's a whole lot more distracting in the background, especially if that's in person, you know, but it is like midnight while I'm recording this, so he's probably asleep. But yeah, I'm gonna pull you back to the screen right here as the game just loaded. So yeah, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and do the world map. We're gonna have live traffic on, weather. Well, we want it to be daytime. I don't want it to be like all that jazz. 2 in the afternoon or so. I'm gonna do the live weather though. I don't think it's too incredibly bad. We'll see when we start flying. Be doing KPUJ. Actually, be starting on the ramp over here. And do we want to fly somewhere else this time? Let's fly over to Cartersville. Here's Cartersville. Oops. Let me think for like half a second. I guess it really depends on the wind when we get there. But, yeah, maybe PFR. Could we do in that aircraft deliveries? Yeah, we'll stick with the white trainer aircraft here. 13384 calls that. Simulate the aircraft performance degradation due to wear and tear, dragging it to 10% per second. You know, let's actually add a little bit of that for realism's sake. See what that does. I haven't flown with that setting yet, so let's give it a try. Oh, I see. That was UTC, what we're playing with, so this should be more accurate than noon. Yeah. Coolio. Wonder if it tracks the wind. Yeah, the wind 260 is closer to 31, so that's why it's getting us to take off that way. I didn't know it mapped it like that. That's kind of cool. So it should be like a 12-minute flight, 19 nautical miles. Sounds good, Captain. Let's give it a try. Also, I changed the music theme on here while it's loading in. I think this sounds a lot more peaceful and nice. It's also weird flying with earphones. Ooh, it's foggy, isn't it? Uh-oh. Hello. Oh, I gotta set my head up properly. So, I set it up so it tracks my head, so I can look all around like this. And I can also look down into the instruments, or the switches and all our settings, which that is so handy. And it also kind of tracks my eyes a little bit in terms of turning around, so it's kind of handy. Except when you look at the checklist up here, it kind of throws the camera off, so we're actually not going to use the checklist from that for now. I would actually follow the checklist that's on my iPad, but I don't have it at the moment. It's actually another room, so we're just going to go based off of memory. Let's make sure all the controls are functioning properly. Coolio, Julio. So first things first, we're going to turn the fuel on, so it's set to both. Oh, by the way, we can also get this out of the way. We can set the beacon. Alright, come on. There we go. Beacon on. Set battery on. All the fuses are in their spots. Go and flip the avionics. Listen for the fan, which we can hear. We would check the pitot heat. That's part of our checklist. So, by the way, we're parking brake's supposed to be set. And we go feel that outside. We felt it. Oh, we would also check, make sure all of the lights function while we're sitting on the outside of the aircraft. You can't really see it from the inside of the cockpit in this game, but that's alright. And we would flip the battery off, continue the rest of our pre-check. We would check the oil level, and we'd sump the wings, one on that side, one on that side, and one at the bottom of the engine cowling. We would check to make sure our documentation is in there correctly. It'd be typically down there. Took my hat off, hopefully it tracks a little bit better. Yeah, our documentation would be down there, or over there. It's the pilot operating, or it's the operating handbook. You got to have the weight and balance, and the registration, all that jazz. So, let's see. So now we're gonna actually go ahead and start everything up. We have the beacon on. Leave the rest of the lights off. Static, or the alternate air is off. We're going to put the battery on. We're going to flip the. We're going to leave those off for now. We're going to go ahead and just start the aircraft. Where's the fuel pump right here? 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000 and a half. We're going to put the fuel in. Set this. And I'm used to the carburetor. For our airplanes, you have to sit there and pump it that way, but since this is not a carbureted aircraft, we will leave that on. Oh, by the way, one of the other things on our checklist would be to check the flaps. And we're going to say they're fine because we're not actually sitting outside the aircraft. So we're going to go ahead and start her up. Get that parking brake on. I'm going to do full rich. Got the throttle up. Everything's going fine right there. I'm going to flip the alternator on. Flip on both of our avionics. I'm going to set this to standby. Just kind of gauging the weather anyways. Cool. We don't have anything in our initiator panel there. We're going to go ahead and get going to the runway. Let's listen to the weather. Oopsies. I forgot I'm in the wrong key map on my mouse. There we go.
Kilo Papa Uniform Juliet Automated Weather Observation 1600 Zulu. Wind, calm. Visibility, 10. Sky condition, few clouds at 2,600 feet, few clouds at 5,000 feet. Temperature, 22C, dew point, 10C, altimeter 3006. Kilo Papa Uniform Juliet Automated
I've
Weather
got my own
Observation 1600 Zulu.
altimeter
Wind, calm.
outside of the game
Visibility, 10.
that I'm tuning up, and it did it correctly on the in the game. We're also going to set our directional indicator right here appropriately, so we're roughly 3, 4, 5. So we are set properly there. Okay, cool. Alright, I think we're ready to go. We're going to go ahead and say we're going to taxi to the runway. We're going to depart to that'll be the north, so...
Kilo Papa Uniform Juliet Traffic Cessna 13384 taking off runway tree 1 departure to the north.
Let's turn off our parking brake down there. Try not to hit this guy in the head. Ooh. Get that up. Yeah, I do rudder controls. On the side of the... There's a lot of people in that parking lot over there. See if we can squeeze by here and not go. Oh, we got plenty of room in the grass. On the side. Yeah, we're good. Alright, going through. Tune up that radio, listen to the weather again.
Kilo Papa Uniform Juliet Automated Weather Observation 1600 Zulu. Wind, calm. Visibility, 10. Sky condition, few clouds at 1,900 feet, few clouds at 5,000 feet. Temperature, 22C, dew point, 10C, altimeter 3006.
So we probably wouldn't be
Kilo Papa
flying right
Uniform
now, but
Juliet Automated...
we're going to do our thing anyways. While I'm thinking about it, it's not usually in the checklist, but we're going to test it here. Cool, yeah, we're going a little bit quick. We're going to put on the brakes and get back on the center line. I'm notorious for getting distracted while taxiing. I need to not do that so much. So you get used to this braking on here. It's not exactly this way in real life. Also, if I talk quiet, That's entirely my bad. I'm not used to the AC going on in the background. I'm gonna do. I know I said I need to work on distracted texting, but I'm also going to turn off the AC because it's getting a bit cold in here, anyways. Hopefully, you'll be able to hear me talking quieter a little bit better. Because I'm used to the microphone going through my headset. I'm not used to speaking up to the microphone that's in front of me now, so. So we got our turn indicator there, our turn coordinator. We got our directional indicator going properly. That thing kind of rocks a little bit. Everything's working properly. Compass spins. Also, another thing, I don't know if I mentioned this in the last video I did, but I changed the settings for the audio. In the original videos, you would hear the
Kilo Papa Uniform Juliet Traffic Cessna 1 tree 84 taking off runway tree 1 departure to the west.
Thanks, co-pilot. I put on the parking brake right there, our RPM set to 1,000. I'm going to get off the brakes. I'm just going to talk for a second. I set the audio in the background to match the to match like you're wearing headsets. So instead of hearing like the entire airplane noises, because when you have the headset on, you don't hear the aircraft. This one's a bit muted, so you more or less just hear the audio from the radio, and you can kind of hear, if you listen real carefully, you can hear the radio interference from the actual engine in the background. So it actually sounds like you have a whole headset on if you actually get all the way into the like you have like really good quality speakers or something like that. Everything looks to be set appropriately. I'm actually a bit tall right now. There we go. Let me adjust my head properly. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to increase throttle up to 1800 actually. But you can hear what I'm talking about. It's a bit muffled. Also, we should have had our strobe lights on, lights on, taxi lights on. We don't need landing lights on, but we'll shut them on anyways. Get this out of the way. We're going to switch the magnetos. We're going to look for the drop in RPM right here. So not more than 150 drop there. Oops. We're on the right magneto there. Good enough for government work. And then we're going to look for the 50 difference between the two, which I forgot to look at. Yeah, we're good right there. And then we're going to bump the speed back to full idle, which should be around 650-ish. Perfect. And also everything is in the green here. Yeah, except for the pressure right there, but that's because it's not. Yeah, vacuum's fine. That's just what I'm more or less looking at. Our fuel's fine too. Alright, we've sat here long enough with our run up. I think we're ready to go. So we're going to go and put this back here so you can see it. We're going to get the brakes on, bump back to 1,000 RPM here, get it stable, turn off a parking brake, and then we're going to say we're ready to go.
Papa Uniform Juliet Traffic Cessna 1 tree 84 taking off runway tree 1 departure to the north.
Make sure everything's clear. We can have about up to 10 degrees and, of flaps, but we're not going to use flaps for the takeoff. We're just going to send it and get going. Alright, there we go. Full send. So, yeah, 20 knots succeeded. Alright, airspeed's alive. Everything's in the green. Watching for 55. Yeah, I know. We're coming up off the ground. Yeehaw. Here we go. We're airborne. And that always a nice feeling. Even if it isn't a simulator. So we're going to maintain stable climb. We got the right rudder in to counteract the propeller spin. Or probably, my co-pilot's probably going to ask for flight following shortly, which is not a bad thing. Considering we aren't staying in the pattern here. Oops. Alright, let's watch the speed. So yeah, we're watching for 60 to 80.
Atlanta approach Cessna 13384 is type Cessna, Skyhawk 1 miles northwest of Kilo Papa Uniform Juliet 1,800 feet.
I'm going to start our turn.
Request flight following.
Cessna 13384 Atlanta approach. Squawk tree 114.
Squawk tree 114 Cessna tree
There's
84.
278 down there.
Cessna tree 84 radar contact 2 miles northwest of Kilo Papa Uniform Juliet 2,400 feet. Altimeter tree 0.06.
Roger Cessna tree 84.
So one thing I will say that's not in this game that is in real life are the smokestacks over, actually I guess it'd be more like right here. Are the smokestacks over in Cartersville. Usually they'd be like somewhere right over there. Hoping you can see my eye tracking saying it's right there. And the airport should be somewhere this way. Yeah, the smokestacks aren't in the game. There's probably like a landmark marker if I turned on the cheat settings. That'd probably work, but yeah, no, it doesn't show up there. We're gonna stay below the ceiling. These clouds right here. But we're doing fine. Yeah, there's Polk County. So that's probably Rome, and that's probably Cartersville. So since we are, yeah, you're right. Since we're above 3,000, we're going to go and lean it out. All right, there we should be set properly now. Let's straight and level. There we go. And then we're going to set the trim as such. Actually, we're going to take out some power because we are kind of cooking with peanut oil here, as one of my peers says. Let me set the trim there. say 2300-ish. Yeah, that's better. It's a lot better. So then we just sit back and relax. No, I'm kidding. And we want to keep an eye on everything, but the trim is going to act as our autopilot. So there's Cobb County. We're still on our way. Not gonna play around with all that Bravo stuff. Class Bravo. Power lines right there. Kind of control the tilt of the aircraft with the rudder ever so slightly if you do it right. Just what I've found. You have that right rotation of the propeller, although not so prominent up here, but it still exists ever so slightly. Isn't that incredible? Anything with flying is just beautiful. We are on our way. Go ahead and tune into Carsville KVPC. Oh, can I get rid of this one? Oh, I can get rid of just that one. That's kind of cool. I didn't even do that. I guess it makes sense.
Kilo Victor Papa Charlie, automated weather observation 1600 Zulu. Wind, calm. Visibility, 9er. Sky condition, few clouds at 2,600 feet, few clouds at 5,000 feet. Temperature, 24C, dew point, 10C's altimeter, 3004.
Kilo Victor Papa Charlie traffic Cessna 133 844 miles south, 4,000 feet inbound to land runway 1.
Sorry, I'm getting distracted from behind me. That song came in. It's a neat little lake down there. Like, almost looks like a little golf course thing. I'm doing this all off the top of my head, by the way. I'm not, I don't have my maps or anything with me, so I'm kind of just going off this little GPS thing here. So it should be straight ahead of us. This is the worst planning ahead, but it's alright. We just kind of hopped in the plane and went and said we'll trust the GPS. I mean, it doesn't really do us wrong, but in real life we'd be a lot more prepared. KVPC directly below us? Really? Oh wow. It really is right below us. We're gonna go ahead and full rich this. And we're gonna join the teardrop for going right across the top of the field. We should probably announce our position.
Kilo Victor Papa Charlie traffic Cessna 133 841 miles south 3,300 feet inbound to land runway 1.
I would have announced that we are crossing midfield, but I guess it gets the point across. Yeah, there it is. Oops. Alright. As we come in, keep our turns coordinated here. Start heading southways a little bit.
Kilo Victor Papa Charlie traffic Cessna 13384 is on downwind runway 1.
Actually, more like we're about to go to base.
Kilo Victor Papa Charlie traffic Cessna 13384 is on base runway 1.
Want to kick in our flaps a little bit. We're still really high.
Kilo Victor Papa Charlie traffic Cessna 13384 is on final runway 1 to land.
Kicking in one more notch of flaps, since we are within our flap speed there. We overshot a little bit on our base there, but it's alright. Kick in even more flaps. We're going to see if we can do this in a way. We're going to really slow down our speed by slipping it in here. It's a fancy maneuver there. How about that? But that for getting us down to speed. We're going to add some more power now. Make sure our gear's down, but we're at a 172. Getting close to that stall speed, so we're going to be careful coming in. Not really following the pappies here. There we are. Still a little bit low, but we're doing fine for what we're doing. We're not looking for science here. We keep our hand on that throttle. And there we are, we're touched down. Not too bad, not too bad. Could have been much better executed though, but we're gonna say it's fine. Set the throttle to 1,000 RPMs. Sorry, I keep hearing someone behind me, I get distracted. Come on, power. Let's get off the runway. So this airport is definitely modeled a whole lot better than KPUJ, since it's got all the appropriate buildings. It's actually, you got the large hangar there, all those other hangars with Phoenix Air, and you got all those down that way, and actually you got the two hangars down at the end, as is appropriate. We're gonna follow this marshalling guy here, saying turn this way. I feel like we're a bit off going this way, but alright. Alright, come on. Alright. So we're actually gonna raise our flaps like we should have when we got off the runway. We're going to cut the, well, firstly we're going to turn off our avionics, protect those. We are going to put on our parking brake here. And we're going to pull the mixture. Shut off the engine like that. Alright, alternator off, battery off, there we go. Going to flip the switch to off. And there we are. We are in Cartersville one way or another. That was an interesting flight. Should we fly back? What time is it? IRL. Okay, we should probably be going to bed. But that was probably the least prepared flight I've ever done in flight sim. But it is alright. We're going to say that's good enough for here. Good enough for government work. Anything else we got to do? Going to set the fuel selector to the right position, pull that out. Well, that was fun. It's fun in its own ways. We're gonna quit the flight there. That could have been so much. That could have been planned so much better. I mean, it was a fun flight. You know, it's just the whole point was to kind of just make a quick flight and test out this whole new system that I'm doing with my recording. But at the same time, it was kind of fun. There we go. Well, okay. So again, that could have been executed a whole lot better and planned out a whole lot better, and I could have had my iPad with me. But for a quick flight, and again, I haven't really actually flown to Cartersville in real life, so just off the bat, following the GPS, I think that went pretty well in its own ways. How about this next time we'll do it properly. But yeah, I hope that kind of went well, the eye tracking. That's my first time recording it and actually publishing it with the eye tracker, and also face reveal, you know. I mean, I do know I look at my instruments way too much. I should have been looking on the outside. I could have. When I watch this back, I'll probably see that airport in the distance. Go, oh come on, dummy, look at that! And I was too busy looking at my gauges. So I'll look at my own performance anyways, and I'll analyze it, see how I did there. But yeah, I mean, I think that was a pretty cool little experiment, and I hope it was entertaining. And yeah, that's all I got. So I'm gonna go on and end the video here. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks. See you later. Peace.